Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I think this is going to be my first voiceover only video. These are accessories from my deadlift day. So this is actually like that one video where I was deadlifting. This is me at the gym right after, and it's also old footage. You're gonna see the old gym in there. This video isn't about my training, honestly. Like, I'm not even keeping it's not gonna say what happened. It's just gonna show. It's just me talking about my meet and not what to expect, just what's to come of it and how I feel, my thoughts about it. It's March 14th, Sunday. I say it every single video. So pretty much what's been on my mind about meet day. I've been talking about my top singles and all that, and my working sets, and this programming this meet. Every single meet, there's just so much thoughts that go into it, thought process, all these things. It's a lot of psychological, physical, strategical aspects of programming yourself, and that's what I've been doing for a long time now. I would say I wouldn't count it as, if you want to get technical, 12 years minus 3 months, because I did get coached once, and that was 3 months. But, just every meet's different, and this meet, I have high expectations because, as I've said before, my meet in August, it didn't go out. It was 5 for 9, didn't go as planned. I'm done really talking about that one. But my goals were 424 for that meet. I did 402 for the squat. 264 bench. I knew I wouldn't get those, so I got 254, still a PR. I wanted 501 deadlift. Didn't even get 480. So I'm not, total-wise, it was like 11-17. I didn't do great at all. And it was still way better than my first meet. Numbers-wise, but execution-wise, no. And then Dallas, I was really in October. I was just trying to make up for what I did in August. So it was a 2-month prep. I've been having a lot of 2-month preps. August was kind of a 2-month prep, even though I had weights during COVID. I was kind of like a last-second thing. I just decided to do it in the spur of the moment. And then Dallas, kind of too. I think I paid them back-to-back. So Dallas, since, August wasn't so great, 2-month prep is really hard to, for a lot of people, not just me. Maybe not everyone. Freaks of nature, I'm not including those people. But for people to do a 2-month meet, 2 meets in 2 months back-to-back with 4 months to train, which is 2 each meet, it's hard to progress. It could lead to a lot of fatigue. It could lead to you feeling beat up. And I was just trying to make up for what I didn't do in August, and I ended up doing 1140. It was a better meet. It wasn't so bad, but I just didn't kind of regret going all the way to Dallas for it. Now I look back at it, and it was pretty unorganized. But, moving on to the future, instead of complaining, it's just the only thing is I had a month off in Peru and the 2 weeks off. That's kind of what made this program a little bit tricky, is knowing that those 2 weeks, I felt really rested, so maybe it's nothing. But before I went to Peru, I have proof, and I know I was way stronger than when I got back, but I'm already getting the strength back. 2 weeks didn't do much. I was still lifting in Peru for the last 2 weeks. So, it sucked coming back, having RPE 9 like every week, RPE 9 single every week. It sucked. And just when I felt like I was getting the groove, I had other RPE 9 week last week with deadlift and squat. Surprisingly, bench wasn't, and it was good. I feel like my form's really getting better on bench and my execution. But, I help the gym move, relocate, and I help my friend move. So I guess because this week was way better, squat and deadlift. I'm back to feeling great about my squat because 424 was like so easy. I wanted 429, and I know I could have gotten that. So that's really making me wonder about next week. I want to do 435 because of how easy it was. I don't want to just do 5-pound jumps if I feel that great. I'm not an ego lifter at all. I'm not gonna push it, just because I want a certain number meet day, and that's been happening. I've been wanting numbers, and they haven't been happening. Like, I haven't been able to get the numbers I've been wanting to. I'm still progressing every meet at least. A small goal that I'm a little proud of. It's nothing great, nothing to brag about, is having, beating my last opener at my last meet, beating my last second attempt, and beating my last third attempt. And the greatest goal, in my opinion, is opening higher than your last third attempt. That's great. Like, if my last, if I were to open up at 485, that would be great, because I've never done that on deadlift. That'd be a huge jump for me, but that's not happening anytime soon. If it does, it'll be way later. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. At least all of my attempts have gotten better, even though my last meet, it stayed the same for bench. Yeah, it stayed the same, all my attempts. So Oh, except for the second. The second was better, but not the first. Yeah, the first was the same. 248 October and 248 Dallas on bench. No, not Dallas, August. So both of them were the same. Second attempt was hard, but it didn't go as planned. And man, I'm really looking at the quality of this video. It's on my phone. It looks way better than my camera. It looks different. It looks like I'm live. The camera, I like the way it looks, but my phone's just another level. So back to what I was saying. I've been wanting to like do some triples. I haven't been doing that though, like top triples, just for one. Because I did that last meet. I was like huge on like top set of 5 rep PR, then a 3 rep PR the next week, and then a 1 rep PR. And I still love that. It's not like 5-3-1. It's like just that concept, but it's not exactly, because I've done 5-3-1. It's very different. But I think that's still great, just not to do like bam, like right into the meet. I did that more. I think it was more for the August meet. October, man, I'm kind of forgetting. Good thing I record all these things. That's why I record, because I forget. Eventually I forget after so much time has passed. So I've been really focusing on the singles, and I just really want to reserve my energy on just one single. What sucks on deadlift is I don't know my true potential too much. Like the 5 rep PRs and 3 rep PRs could have fatigued me for August. But what I'm saying is I'll never know like right now I don't know my full potential, because I'm faster on the 2nd and 3rd rep on deadlift. So any single that I look, if it looks hard, I'm just really slow. Like, that's just the way I am. Like, you can't judge my deadlifts based off of speed. So it just looks bad. Even my squats aren't fast, and nothing I do is fast. The fastest one's probably bench, honestly, and I'm not even good at benching. But that's just the only bad thing. I can't see how good the 2nd and 3rd reps look, which I'd like to see. But I'm going to for sure do it this offseason. Like, I'm not an offseason. I'm going to do nationals in July, but it'll be 4 months. So it could be treated like as a mini offseason, or like right before, like, I start peaking, no big deal. I just don't think it's the best idea to do like a 5 rep max and a 3 rep max, and then one like each week right before a meet like I did. So if I could change something, I would do that. If I could go back in time, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But one thing I have been looking at a lot and thinking about is I see, like, whether some powerlifters have a coach or not, I see them, like, go, like, crazy. Like, I don't know, like, how crazy it is, because it's based off of RPE and based off of their percentages and what they've done before their max, their previous max. But like, I see some powerlifters doing some crazy singles, and it's a lot of times it's more than what they're going to do on meet day, or what it'll be on meet day, like 2 weeks out, or 1 week out. I consider 1 week out, 2 weeks out, but like, pretty close to meet day. And then a lot of times they, that'll gas them out for meet day, because, that's like a cardinal rule, powerlifting rule of thumb, like, don't go crazy before meet day and save them energy. That I'm huge on that, reserving energy, and I've always been like that. Like, ever since when I first started lifting, like I always said from day one, I was never ever gonna ego lift, and I honestly still haven't to this day. The most I ego lifted was when I was I was doing 185 when I was 14 in my backyard, I was 14, and then my uncle left the Smith machine and his weights there. I think it was only 265 in weights, like a pair of each, something like that, like a 45, 35, 25, 10, 5, and 2.5. And I'll never forget, 185 fell on me, and that's not even the reason why. I always said before that, but 165 was so easy, so I thought I could get 185 on bench. It fell on me on bench, and that's when I learned at 14 years old, very young age, that you don't put clips on bench, because if you fall, you could just go, let it drop on one side and let it drop on the other side. And that's exactly what happened, like, without me wanting to do that. So, that was just a random side story. But, that has to do with what I'm saying. Like, even if it feels good, like a certain top single or RPE, like, it feels low, like, you just never know. I've seen it countless times where powerlifters, like, their second attempt, like, looks like a 6 or 7 and it's fast. And then, like, I don't know if they raise their third attempt compared to what according to plan was. But sometimes, even if they don't raise it, just for some reason they don't get it, and it's usually on deadlift, I noticed. But I'm not the best deadlifter. Last time I did 480, and I was planning 501 in October. But I think, honestly, now I look back at Dallas, I think the only reason I didn't get 501, and the reason I was super tired, and I didn't even get the 480 because the bar went down, I warmed up twice. Now I look back at it, I think that's like the main reason. So, like, I think I've always been hard on myself. Like, I'm like huge on no excuses, and I always like a challenge. Like, if there's a challenge, majority of the time I'm gonna choose it. But you know, I'm very like no excuses kind of guy. I make stupid excuses just so people can hear how stupid they sound when they make excuses. That's why all my excuses are like really idiotic. So I think I'm just a little hard on myself with the deadlift from the October. And then, you know, I did rest 40 minutes on my second one. So I'm not making excuses. My second bench, I rested 40 minutes. So I'm not making excuses, but like I'm just cutting myself a little bit of slack. Of course, if I was strong enough, I could have done it. But, you know, considering that, I'm just thinking like, man, I'm not progressing on deadlift. I haven't done 501 in 2 years. Like, that's unbelievable. But, you know, when I first did 415, the next 3 months I did 457. So it was actually 455. 455 with the comp plates because I put the fraction plate. And it's crazy like to not be able to do it right now for like 480 to 501. But the 470 got me my hopes up. I'm more optimistic. So I have a good feeling about meet day. This is the best feeling I've had. I know I say that every meet and we all think that, but there's only one way to find out, and that's on meet day. If I execute, I do. If I don't, I don't. That's it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for meet day and how it works out for me.